like something small compared to significant issues like old age security. But this is important. As one WAG recently put it, without Page's independent oversight, fact-based decision-making risks becoming decision-based fact-making. Not a good thing. And that has got the watchdog barking. All right, before we go, here are a few things we're keeping our eye on as we stand on House Watch. Prime Minister Stephen Harper and Eternal Prime Minister and the interim Liberal leader Bob Rae will all be in Quebec this weekend to celebrate the Fête Nationale, also known as La Saint-Jean. Harper is also expected to hold a cabinet meeting on Sunday. The Canadian press reported on Friday that Harper has secretly met and sought advice from Brian Mulroney and Jean Charest in Montreal last week about a potential unity crisis. On Monday, the federal court will consider preliminary motions related to the legal challenges filed by 9 applicants seeking to have federal election results overturned in 7 ridings. And to keep up with all the political news throughout the week, join me weekdays on Power and Politics on CBC News Network, around from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Our crew on the house this week: Associate Producer Julianne Hazelwood, Technical Producer Paul McInnes. Our producer is Susanna Mass, who is sitting in for our Senior Producer, Nick Gamache. I'm Evan Solomon. Have yourselves a great weekend. This house is back in session in 7 days.
Ako ganito tumag, CBC itiwad ni Moyabi, ni Swedes habatak sabatoda sa tapad mo. Ganito tumag unskag, habang daustad, ni Sost, aptomiyabid, pihim bike staw. So ito magawag mamakaw ni tapad mo, nanako kaya magwan siya yung haganawad. Kaya magasayim nun sa batokot. Kaya magaswit matnan, tanjay sisigat sa stanwat, kaya maganhim mataw tapad mo. Ni sob magay-speed, hago iyo tapad mo, ganito tumag. So ito magawag hi, nanako tapad mo, hiyo sa istakhugot, kaya magwansi hayim haganawad. Ndama kaya paikstaw hiyo tawan kaya usbit and hit bad mon sa batogyo at nunako magigya na kumon sa gabasta no. Kaya magaw sa basta magiyo bad mon kapta jisigad means as in to magkudos sa speed out exit. At ako ko magjagon na ipod sumiyas kaya magjagon at ako ko awi bad sa ito mag ako daw bad sa bad Simpson hita. CBC North Quebec PO Box 6000 Montreal Quebec H3C 3A8. Kaya magdadibad bita exam sin higino. Niya yung paig now. Niya yung paig staw ni Sos. Now niya ikaw ay studs paig. Sa sipa sa mo to sa kaya maghuwit staw so not studs paig. Niya na now ni Sos. Niya yung paig staw ni Sos. Now nest ko to sa paig staw. Thanks to mag-uiwi mo ya. Biyaso ko matot sa mga ni Sos staff to may abit. Bihim paig staw. At sa beats, bihim up posting sigaret, one skags, bad all go out, bad all the bad money, say sigaret, just stand watch, at least na notes ganda, tayak. Ayaw kaya maganako, nakumon, nako kaya magitapat mo, niya na at speeds. Thanks to magmagasugong sigaw, abang daw start one skags. Ni sauce up to meow weeds, kaya magatipas to magagat sa bag mo, niya ang speed for back six, pasagalot, CBC, siwad ni mo yabi.
This is CBC North Quebec. We transmit on satellite and on shortwave at frequency 9625 kilohertz.
Lives here. What are you afraid of? The dark. Deep water, blood-sucking insects, a beast within. Why are we both drawn to fear and repulsed by it? From the most basic terrors of water and night to the darkness that lurks within us all. The only thing you have to hear is Fear Itself. Fear Itself with host Christiane Conlon. Premieres Monday night at 7:30, 8 in Newfoundland. Right after the news, it's Day 6 with Brent Bambury. Writer, activist, performer Kate Bornstein used to be a high-ranking Scientologist who sailed around the world with L. Ron Hubbard. But she was excommunicated, cut off from her family, and eventually changed her gender. Her new book is A Queer and Pleasant Danger, and Kate tells us more tonight on Day 6.
This is the CBC News. I'm Danielle Cabelli. At least 4 people were injured when the roof of a mall collapsed Saturday afternoon in Elliott Lake in northern Ontario. While 4 were taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but emergency crews are still searching the structure. The All-Go Center Mall had a parking lot on its roof. Joshua Marshall was inside when the roof began to fall in.
There's a hallway to an elevator in the bathroom. Collapse happened there, blocked the elevators in the bathroom, and it kind of continued on to the exit, and the exit was blocked. So we had to use an alternate exit to get out. People were really shocked, kind of in a trance, wondering what was going on.
The collapse triggered a gas leak and prompted emergency officials to shut off the mall's power. The RCMP have ordered the evacuation of 2 towns in Labrador. Northwest River and Chesapeake are threatened by an encroaching forest fire. It's believed residents are being taken to Happy Valley Goose Bay. The CBC's Peter Cohen has the latest.
Right now, people in the communities of Northwest River and Chesapeake in central Labrador are packing up their belongings and they're heading out of the community. In total, there's about 1,500 people that are involved in this evacuation. And the problem is there's a big forest fire. It's burning out of control about 30 kilometers away from the community. And there's nothing that right now fire officials can do in order to get it under control, so they're telling people to leave. They're going to the nearest community, which is Happy Valley Goose Bay. It's about 45 minutes away, and they're being found housing for the night. The 5-wing Goose Bay, the Goose Bay Air Base, is being used in order to house people for this evening. Buses of people, in fact, are being taken up there now as people hunker down for the night and wait for word on what this fire does come morning. Peter Cowan, CBC News, Northwest River, Labrador.
Flood worries persist along the Fraser Valley in B.C. A spokesman for the District of Maple Ridge says 43 homes there are under an evacuation alert. The homes are outside the dike system, and the officials are providing information on what the residents should do in case an evacuation is ordered. On Friday, officials in Abbotsford declared a state of emergency and ordered the evacuation of 18 homes. Weather forecasts predict more wet weather across the province. Election officials in Egypt say they will release the results of last weekend's presidential runoff vote on Sunday. As Grant Clark reports, the decision to delay the announcement sparked a storm of speculation as the ruling generals were trying to manipulate the results.
After days of official silence and claims of victory by both candidates, the Election Commission is finally ready to present the results. The announcement was delayed to allow officials time to deal with hundreds of complaints of voting violations. The stakes are high. The Muslim Brotherhood insists it will not accept an outcome that doesn't favor its candidate, Mohamed Morsi. Former Mubarak Prime Minister Ahmed Shafiq is equally adamant that unofficial vote tallies show him to have won. The authorities, it seems, are bracing for trouble. They are beefing up security across the country, deploying military tanks along major streets and securing banks, churches, and police stations. Daily demonstrations, meanwhile, are continuing in Cairo's Tahrir Square in support of Morsi and in opposition to the military rulers.
National Public Radio's Grant Clark in Cairo. Greece's new government is asking for concessions from the European Union and the International Monetary Fund. It wants to ease the austerity measures demanded in return for the country's financial bailout. Yannis Margolou is an advisor to one of the partners in Greece's new coalition government.
What we are asking is a review of some tax conditions. We are not asking for the review of the forward memorandum, as we are calling, the balance agreement, so we can take some measures in favor of the people, because we know that the last 2 years it was an incredible cutting of salaries, of pensions, incredible unemployment, more than 22%. So we understand that we are really in a desperate situation.
Representatives of the EU and the International Monetary Fund will be in Athens on Monday to meet with the Greek government. And that's the CBC News for now. Ako gan smart, CBC siyad ni Moyabi. Niswid, habasak sa batodas sa tabad simon. Tanto tumag unskag, habang dostos, nisos, aptomiyabid, fihim bike staff. So it's mag-react naman sa unhit na Baltimore. Naman sa uya mag-1 siya yung haganawa. Kaya mag-astray yung nod sa basokot. Kaya mag-tweet matnan. Tanjay sisigat sa dasana. Kaya mag-anhing matawag sa Baltimore. Hisob mag-astray kago iyo sa Baltimore. So it's mag-react and he naman sa Baltimore hiyo sa istasugod. Kaya mag-1 siya yung haganawa. Dapat kaya paksa hiyo sa nag-ausbis sa hito Baltimore sa Batogiri. Nung ako mabigyan na kumuhan sa gabasa na o. Siya makakasapang sa mga gabasa mo sa pagkisigat niya sa ganyan sa mga kapataas sa street o dagsit. At ako nagawa magdagan na ipag niya, siya magdagan at ako nagawa ipag sa mga. Ako daw dagat gisibad siya sa hitat. CBC North, Quebec, P.O. Box 6000, Montreal, Quebec 833388. Siya magdadibad-bid sa exam sa Gino. Niya yung bike now. Niya yung bike sa nisa. Now niya ikaw arrested. 5. Sa tiba sa mga pasok, siya makahuot pa sa nasa 5. Yan na lang, nisos. Niya yung bike sa nisos. Now let's go to bike stuff.
Ici Radio-Canada, Nord-Québec. Ainsi se terminent nos émissions quotidiennes. Ces émissions seront courtes, sont diffusées à la fréquence 9625 kHz de 6h58 heure de l'Est jusqu'à la fermeture à 1h04 du matin. Ces émissions vous parviennent de Montréal, au Québec, et notre émetteur est situé à Sackville, au Nouveau-Brunswick. Adressez toute correspondance à Radio-Canada Nord-Québec, carte postale 1000, Montréal, Québec, H3C 3A8. Et téléphonez-nous au numéro 1877 597 4369. Bonne nuit.